Hey folks, Dino here again, this time with a bonus mini review of the Mandalorian the Child, or Grogu as he is called, but to annoy people I'll just call him Baby Yoda. Speaking of which, he is so small that my tripod cannot go low enough to get him. So yeah, I'm going to be holding this guy for this review. But yeah, let's take a quick look at the box, shall we? So, tiny little box. I'm surprised that Hasbro actually came out with this in such a small box. I ordered this from Amazon. I suggest, if you are going to pick up the Black Series version, that you get it from a reputable retailer, because this guy has been bootlegged, and not very well. And as far as I can tell, the only difference at first glance is the fact that the Disney and Hasbro logos are missing. That's all. And the thing is, they're not even selling them for any cheaper. The fake is going for the same price. I got this guy for $10.99 off of Amazon, and on AliExpress the fakes are selling for like a tenner. So yeah, they're definitely trying to uh, grab onto the Mandalorian name. Yeah, you've got Mandalorian, the Child, Choking Hazard, 4 plus, some barcodes and stuff, and no pictures on the back. It's literally just the warning label. The box is that small, the warning label takes up the entirety of the box. But yeah, people might be wondering why I've got this and not the figure arts. Because the figure arts is just as over engineered as Mando, but he's got no redeeming qualities apart from the paint job. Plus, for some reason, the scalpers seem to think everybody wants him, so he's just as expensive as Mando for an inch of figure. Like, seriously, it's bizarre. Um, but yeah, enough of the tangent. uh, let's take a look at his accessories, which aren't really accessories, it's just something Hasbro have put in there so they can say he's got accessories. They come in this nice little plastic box, which is where they will remain, because as you can see they are tiny. Yeah, up the top, that is supposed to be the gear lever, like the ball at the top. It's so small, that'll disappear into the void the minute I take this packaging apart. You also got the bowl, which again doesn't fit in his hand or anything. You'll see why in a minute. And third, you've got the one-eyed frog thing that eats in Season 1. Nicely detailed as well. But again, these accessories are just there to add to the count. I mean, they would have been much better off spending the money they spent on this, on creating his sort of space stroller, I think you could call it. But yeah, not coming out of this box. In fact, this is going back in the actual box once this review's over. But yeah, let's take a quick look at this tiny little guy who could really be classed as an accessory and not a figure. No idea why Hasbro decided he needed his own figure and then proceeded to give him no accessories that he can actually use, but hey-ho. Now, his detailing is quite nice for the size of him. The eyes are nice and glossy. He's got some paint in the ears, and there's even some tiny little brush strokes for his hair, which is something the figure arts one is lacking, bizarrely. He's got really good face print on the Figure Arts one, but he's missing the hair print. Something this guy actually has over him. This is the second version of the Hasbro one. The first one didn't have the lighter colour on his wrists or neck, so yeah, watch out for that. And bizarrely, he has feet, which don't really do much. I mean, you can sort of pose them, they're just little ball joints, which makes them stand a bit back the way or forwards, but you don't really need to touch them. But yeah, his head is just on a ball joint, looks about, actually gets quite a range for just being a ball peg. His arms, they move all the way around, they just pop off as well, just little ball pegs. His hands do articulate, tiny little hands, so you can replicate him using the Force, like so. You can also replicate him trying to hold something, but I wouldn't dare attempt it, because the minute your shelf gets knocked, whatever's on that hand is going flying into the void. So yeah, they do tend to pop off quite easily, but it's a tiny little figure, what you're going to do. This one doesn't really have as good of a range, but the hand still moves. But yeah, if you're going to do any sort of kind of posing with him, use that hand, it looks better. So yeah, let's get Mando in here. And I am not sure if this is the right scale or not. The Figure Arts one is a bit bigger than this, but when you've got Mando holding him, no one's really going to notice, are they? There you go. And I literally just brought Mando in so that I can stop holding him, because he's so small, he's just going to fall off. So yeah, guys, would I recommend this guy for a tenner? Yeah, I'd say so. He makes a nice little display piece to go along with Mando, regardless of what version of Mando you've got. But yeah, definitely recommended. So yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. I'll see y'all later.